Welcome back to Fat Butcher Rips. It is a release day opening of 2 boxes of 25-26 Allure. Lots of good new rookies to be found, some design choices to talk about, and if you stick around to the end, there will be a surprise reveal that will be worth the wait. If you're ready, let's rip. All right, so a couple of boxes of Allure. What are you gonna get? I'll put it up on the screen what to expect. You're gonna get an auto, most likely. You might get a doubloon. Beyond that, you're gonna get a bunch of color flows, some inserts, red rainbow, black rainbow, that kind of thing, and a couple of numbered cards. You get some new rookies, including the extended rookies, which when I looked at the checklist, I couldn't really tell if they're like super short printed or short printed a little bit, but it's this memory, don't hold me to it. Easton Cowan, Schaefer, Misa, and Sam Dickinson were the 4 extended rookies. So good looking product this year. I will say, heading into it, from what I've seen, I've got some design thoughts. So let's dig in and see if in hand it's kind of what I expect. So nice chromium cards, similar to OPC Platinum and feel, pretty standard. So a couple of things. I'm not a crazy fan of the base and the colored parallels of the base. Last year, my issue was color flow and inserts. Did not love them. I really liked the base and the color parallels. It's the inverse this year. I actually really like the inserts. I really like the color flow for the most part. I love that it's fully saturated color again. And that's really what I'm here for on Allure. I'm not really here for the base, so I'm not as worried if the base doesn't really tickle my fancy. So I'm cautiously optimistic. The one thing, and I'm not sure if it's getting picked up here, and I'm trying to kind of move it around from what I've seen and from what I can see on Mr. Cooley here, this chrome has scratches pretty regularly from what I've seen. So the QC on these is a little tough from that perspective. We'll keep an eye on it, see if it's an issue on the parallels and the inserts, but certainly on the base cards, I've noticed it. So we've got Logan Cooley, that's our front, that's our back. It's not the most inspiring design in that way, but we'll move through Dylan Holloway, Konechny, you get 4 base, nice little OV base, and then we should have a rookie here, Jacob Quillen, star of my Artifacts Blasters opening, Mikko Rantanen, this is the black rainbow. This is probably the only one that I'm a fan of. I think the black shows up nicely. The red rainbows, hopefully we'll see one, not so much. Okay, so this is an orange parallel of the flashy forwards of Mr. Suzuki. So nice insert design. I don't mind this at all. Certainly like the color parallel approach this year better than last year. So nothing crazy, but nice. And then this is our Sidney Crosby. This is, I believe, our green blue on the color flow. And honestly, they changed up kind of the odds on that this year. The red orange, the most common, are 1 and 2. The next 2 tiers are 1 and 7, and then the last 2 tiers are both like 1 and 14 or 1 and 18 or something like that. So not each tier, it's not progressive. It's kind of 1, 2, and 2 by tiers. So not a bad start. I like Sid, like the color flow design this year. Rarest you can find, so that's a win for the first pack. Get him sleeved up a little bit here. We'll put him up for a moment on in a top loader. They are a little thicker, but they're still fitting in a standard sleeve. snug, but it's working. We'll have it up there. All right, good first pack. Got the ball rolling a little bit. Wouldn't mind seeing one of the rookies who were not kind of in our Series 1 Young Guns, so some of the newer stuff. We'll pull our vets forward here. We got Brady Shea, Wyatt Johnston, Shane Wright on the suddenly scalding hot Kraken, Igor Shesterkin, and our rookie is Ozzy Weisblatt. And Sean Monahan, this is, despite what your eyes tell you, this is a red rainbow, not an orange rainbow. I'm a little bummed. In general, I'm not bothered one way or the other, usually on these, but with all of the good Blackhawks rookies, a vibrant red of, this in some of those rookies would have been cool to hunt for. So that's that's out of play now. Wyatt Johnston on the orange, flashy, or rather hitting their groove, yet another of the kind of cool retro 70s style inserts. Do like the orange, and a Svechnikov on the blue, flashy forward. So we're getting a lot of unnumbered parallels of the inserts, and they look pretty good. So can't complain about that. Still have a couple of numbered hits, an auto, a doubloon, something along those lines. So still some fun stuff. Let's see, we got Coronado, Cale Makar, McTavish, Owen Tippett, Dylan Duke is our rookie. Jacob Slavin is our black rainbow. A base flashy forwards of Nick Suzuki. We're going to get the rainbow of him apparently. And speaking of rainbow, we've got a color flow yellow-orange or orange-yellow of Connor Hellebuck. So kind of that second level of rarity. Not the most common, but not the rarest either. So kind of soft on our rookies so far. Wouldn't mind getting a solid rookie. Nick Suzuki. That's the Nick Suzuki box. Bo Horvat, Miro Heiskanen, Shea Theodore. There we go. Got one of the Hawks who is going to be a Series 2 Young Gun in Ryan Green. Most people wouldn't be taking the time to put a soft sleeve on Mr. Ryan Green, and I would say most people are wrong. Hunter Bruzewicz is, and honestly, I'm saying Bruzewicz like, of course, that could be completely wrong on that pronunciation. But this is a red rainbow, another prospective Series 2 Young Gun. We'll put that aside. Lucas Dostal. And I believe this is going to be another one of the orange. This is Liam Bitchell of Hughes Next, not Who's Next. Hughes Next, the colors. Okay, fine. All right, we're getting a lot of those unnumbered parallels. Could be worse, but the names have not been overly inspiring, so let's see if we can turn that around. Trocheck, Fogla, Barzal, Eichel. There's my guy, Artem Levshinov. Got a couple of Hawks in back-to-back packs. Can't beat that. I mean, I can beat it, but still pretty good. Artem Levshinov, who has looked better and better. He is at least once a night good for a foray into the offensive zone that, you know what, there's no telling if it'll end in disaster or glory, and that's always fun to watch. Matthew Wood, a solid rookie in the black rainbow. And there's our guy, the XRC. And boy, nice little back-to-back stuff there. Matthew Schaefer, extended rookie. You can see there's no number. It's the lettering on the top. It looks relatively unscratched. So that is a big win all the way around. I hate to push this thing in because I know I'm going to get in trouble, but these things are snug. So we're gonna do it even though people are going to be annoyed with me. And honestly, the Celebrini, anything with Macklin Celebrini's name on it at this point is pretty solid. And there'll be some more, just as a little foreshadowing. There'll be something else with his name on it that I'm happy to share with the class at the end of the video. So that's a step up. That's a fun pack. So we got the XRC, we got the Levshinov, we got the Celebrini. That's solid stuff. And looks like we got 3 packs. We should have 2 numbered, and then either our auto or doubloon. So lots to play for. Darlene and Kempe, Letang, Kadri. Noah Ostlund is our rookie. It's not terrible. Nikita Tolopilo is our Black Rainbow rookie. Alex Ovechkin on the red-orange Allure, color flow. And this is our Red Spectrum to 399 of Barkov. It's not numbered very low, but it looks amazing. I actually think these are really great looking. 399, I mean, that's a pretty high number for numbered cards. Kind of the very ceiling of what you'd expect to still think of a true numbered card, but they at least made them look very good. All right, so Pavel Dorofeyev, Willie Nylander, Mikko Rantanen, Jacob Slavin, Riley Duran is our rookie. Nice looking Connor McDavid. Now look, this looks like a color match because it looks like orange on orange, but it's a red rainbow. So, I mean, it's a good red rainbow. And we've got Sid on the red orange. Is this our auto? It is not. It is just the blue, but it's a good one. It's a blue line to 35 of Mason McTavish. So pretty solid, pretty good low numbered hit. Take that. And it looks like our last pack is where our auto / doubloon is going to be. They're making us wait for it. All right, so put this on the outside looking in. It's a pretty nice one. Okay, one more pack in box number 1. We'll get into box 2, probably pick up the pace a little in box 2. But these are actually pretty fun to open, and so I'm not in too big of a hurry. Oh, that's a doubloon. I don't think I've ever gotten a doubloon before, so all right, everybody, let's buckle up. It could be good, it could be decent, but it'll be fun either way. Cam Talbot, Alexei Protas, Jack Hughes, Artem Levshinov. I mean, I'm not complaining. If I'm going to get 2, I'll take 2 of Levshinov. Alexei Protas is our Black Rainbow. Noah Hannafin. And we'll use our second Levshinov to see who our doubloon is. All right. Oh. Honestly, I have had such amazing luck pulling Blackhawks recently. And obviously, Connor Bedard's a pretty popular player still. And in general, that, Blackhawks stuff isn't always the most valuable. But this is awesome. Really love the first doubloon I've ever pulled. Granted, I only open a couple of boxes of Allure each year. I don't do cases of this like I do with some things. I couldn't have asked for anything better. This is honestly not even something I would have expected. So what an outstanding first box by the end of it. The first couple packs had me a little worried, but I ended up getting 2 Levs, the Schaefer, the doubloon. We got a blue line to 35, the Crosby kind of rare color flow. A lot of good stuff in here. And we still have one more box to go. So sit tight. I'm going to move some of this out of the way. We'll get into it. All right, let's get into box number 2. All right, let's see if we can top our first box. It's going to be a tall task. Dylan Gunther, Kiefer Sherwood, Alex DeBrincat, Connor Hellebuck, Hunter Bruzewicz. Sure, we're going to say that's his name. Nico Hischier, red / orange rainbow that just gets thrown around. Zach Parik, orange. That's a nice one. He had a solid enough juniors until it all fell apart. And look at this. Back-to-back decent Connor Bedard hits out of these. Blue-purple. Bedard was back from his injury and then succumbed to the flu like everybody else on the Blackhawks apparently, and it sounded real bad. Stomach flu that is hitting the whole team sounds legitimately awful. So if that's going to be our kind of one rare out of a box for the color flows, Sign me up. That's a great one. All right. Off to a good start. All right, we'll pull Cole Caulfield to the front, foreshadowing again. Landeskog, Neighbors, Chuck, and Dominic Fensor. I don't really know much about him, but other than the fact that I think he'll be in Series 2 Young Guns. Nice. Little Lane Hudson, Black Rainbow, Year 2. Not so bad. Matthew Nyes hitting their grooves. And a Ovi, Orange Yellow. Good pack. Solid stuff all the way through. All right. We're going to go with Thomas Chabot, Jake DeBrusk, Will Smith, who I think is going to be back from injury very soon, Tage Thompson, Carter Mazer from the Wings, and I like this. Like this one a lot. Luca Cagnoni, Orange Slice. I was a fan of him in Series 1. He's not up with the big club. They need defensive defensemen. He is an offensive defenseman, but I still think he's got upside. I'm holding out hope for him. That is a nice one for our Orange Slice. Hannafin and Zeev Buyum on the orange. Hughes next. So solid name. One of the headliners of the upcoming Series 2 Young Guns, I believe in March. Good stuff. Really good stuff out of here so far. I'm certainly over or not bothered as much by the fact that the base is still not my jam. Everything else that's happening out of Allure this year is much better than last year, I have to admit. Zach Rowinski, Swayman, Dunn, and Matthias Ekholm. Olivier Rodriguez, who is not in the NHL, not in the AHL, went to the KHL, got cut from the KHL. I have no idea what's going on with this dude at this point, but yikes. Yanni Newman, that's not terrible for our Black Rainbow, and yet another XRC extended rookie of Sam Dickinson. Nice. And Mr. Dostal. So one extended rookie in each box. I don't know that these are going to be terribly difficult to obtain. There were no odds, like I said, like, hey, these are going to be one in, every other box or whatever. So the fact that we've seen one in each box, I don't know if that means you're going to get one a box or if we just kind of got lucky or you get one at the same rate as a normal rookie in here, which might be the case. So we'll see. Looks like we'll have a gold glitter bomb as our second numbered card, or our first numbered card rather. Alex Tuck, Sidney Crosby, Jake Gensel, Artemi Panarin, Zane Parekh is a decent rookie. This is a second orange slice. Uri Slafkovsky. I thought you only get one a box, but that's our second. Fair enough. Kyle Connor, flashy forwards, base, and a Connor Hellebuck. Gold glitter bomb, 107 to 199. Not great this year, but Hellebuck's a solid goalie in the big picture, so you can't be too upset with that. So we should have another numbered card and what will likely be an autograph since we already got one of the gold doubloons. All right, Morgan Geekie, Nettie Mack, Lane Hudson base, Sebastian Aho, Ryan Leonard. Good-looking rookie. He's played well for the Caps this year. Jack Hughes on the Black Rainbow. Barkov, I believe this is the orange. It is, and nice. Not very rare. Kind of second rarity tier, the yellow-green of Matthew Schaefer. But, rare or not, one of the top rookies who hasn't had a lot of product that includes them. You got to accept it and appreciate what you get. Two more packs of what has been a surprisingly enjoyable opening of Allure. My expectations were pretty low, and this has exceeded it, so not so bad. Cutter Gauthier, Matvei Michkov. Oof, I really need him to turn some stuff around. He hasn't looked great this year. He needs to pick it up. Monahan, Connor McDavid on our base. Skylar Brindamore is our rookie, for better or worse. Martin Necas. Alexander Nikishin is a solid rookie, and a nice Will Smith green quartz to 99. I'll take that. That beats the heck out of, an insert number to 399, 299. Solid Will Smith second year card. No issues with that whatsoever. Good stuff. All right, we'll put it here for now. Last pack should have an auto. Let's see what we've been waiting for. And we'll pull, looks like we're gonna have a rainbow auto. Not my favorite, but we'll take it. Morgan Riley, Quinn Hughes, Nico Heischer, Martin Necas, and Frederick Brunette is our last rookie. Aho on the Black Rainbow, J-Rob on the, red-orange? Yeah. And a rainbow auto of a goalie. Is this Ottinger? It is indeed the full rainbow auto of Jake Ottinger. It looks nice. The full rainbow on the card looks actually really great. Sticker autos, it is what it is. As these go, a solid vet goalie like Ottinger could do a heck of a lot worse. I think, I'll put my memory to the test, but I'm almost 100% sure my auto last year was Adam Klapka. I will take Jake Ottinger over Adam Klapka every day of the week. All right, so 2 boxes in the books. I'm going to move a few things around. We'll do a quick recap, and then for those who were brave enough to stick it out and wait to the end, I've got 2 quick things to show that I'm excited about, and hopefully you will be too. All right, quick recap. This won't be everything, but this is some of the nicer stuff in my mind. The Celebrini, obviously, it's a pretty common one, red-orange, the most common one, honestly, but it's Celebrini. The only Celebrini thing we got out of here, so we will appreciate it. Nice Matthew Schaefer, and I didn't talk about it, but it does have the rookie kind of designation, which is new, which I kind of like, and it's not obtrusive. It doesn't detract too much from the design. We got the red spectrum to 399 of Barkov, which it's high number, but honestly looks great. The gold glitter bomb, which could be a little brighter gold, but we'll take it. That's to 199. We got the blue line to 35 of McTavish, which looks very nice. We got the green quartz of Will Smith, which also looks very nice, to 99. We got a couple of XRCs and a couple of good ones. Sam Dickinson and Matthew Schaefer. Pretty tough to ask for more than that. We got 2 rare color flows, the one in 17, I believe they are. I'll probably put something up if I'm wrong on that, and good names to boot. Sidney Crosby and Connor Bedard, my guy. And we got 1 auto, Mr. Ottinger, good looking full rainbow, and the gold doubloon of Connor Bedard. Love that card. Still can't believe we hit that. That was not even on my kind of bingo card of possibilities. So really excited by that. So I said I had a couple of things to show. I was not lying. And one of them you have seen before, but not like this. So for those who saw my videos, I decided to open the 21-22 Series 1 case. And I was really looking for Spencer Knight, but I happened upon Cole Caulfield. After further review, I thought it looked really good. So I did send it off to PSA by itself and was happy to have it come back a PSA 10. Really like this card quite a bit. It's not a Blackhawk, so I'm not emotionally attached to it necessarily, but I just think it looks outstanding. Really, really awesome. And honestly, probably the best thing I could have asked for out of that case. The other thing that I was hoping to have shown you already, but haven't, is something that I got out of EPAC. I don't do a lot of EPAC, but I decided there was some arbitrage in my mind, maybe I'm wrong, between physical Series 2 from last year and EPAC Series 2 from last year. Physical cases are, I think, pushing $3,000 in some places. EPAC didn't change their prices and still hasn't. I decided to, this is not smart, I got a case of Series 2, the Celebrini Young Gun year, on EPAC and opened it up. And honestly, I blew away the odds. I recorded it. I was very excited to be able to share it, and something happened when I was recording. The sound got completely jacked. I'm still debating whether I do a voiceover to review the whole thing, or just do like an ASMR video where it's just, you know, the sounds of EPAC slowly wafting by. But in case I don't, there is one card that I absolutely wanted to share, and I actually had it sent to me. It showed up a lot faster than I expected, so I'm able to put it in here, and it is the Young Guns Deluxe to 250 of Macklin's Celebrini. And when I saw it on the screen, I kind of was just stunned, and the scan that they had looked awful. I did email them and say, hey, is there any chance you'd replace this because it looks beat? And they're like, no, it's not that bad. And sure enough, it came in person, and it is not that bad. It does have a little bit of a corner thing here, but I mean, it looked like it had a ball of fuzz on every corner, and it is just not the case. It was just a bad picture inside of a soft sleeve and a top loader. So I am super pumped about this. Did not expect to hit anything of the sort. On the off chance I ever get those videos together, I don't know that I'll talk about everything. Whatever. I may never get those together because I'm so frustrated by them. I got two other base Celebrini Young Guns. I got two of the teammates of him. I also got the black and white canvas program of excellence of my guy Celebrini here, and some of those are on their way to get graded as we speak. So I didn't just beat the odds, I crushed the odds on EPAC, and I'm not doing it ever again because I don't think it was the smartest thing, but it just felt like too good of an opportunity given where the physical price was. So that is 2 boxes of Allure that were way better than I would have expected, along with 2 cards that also frankly are way better than I expected. So all in all, positive surprises across the board. Super happy about it, and wouldn't expect to get the same results if I tried this again, so I probably won't. Next week, I believe, is the release of the Blackhawk tins, the Centennial tins. I'm trying to get a case. We'll see. Fingers crossed that I'm able to do that, because honestly, I'm probably more excited for that product than anything else the rest of the year. So thanks for hanging out and checking out the new Allure with me, and checking out a couple of my hits that I was fortunate enough to pull. And hopefully you'll hang out and check out the rest of what I've done. If you haven't seen it, go back and check out some of the 21-22 case break. There was at least one really good thing in there that you'll be able to find, and honestly, I thought there was more than just that. So thanks again. Hopefully you get an opportunity to comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.